Joel was the third of four kids in our family. He was married to Myra for, I think, 37 years. They have a daughter, Ashley, who's married to Casey, and two grandkids, Ari, who was on that mower, and Lucy. Joel also has two stepdaughters, Amy, who's married to Doug. They have three daughters. And Jenny, married to, and Jenny, I'm sorry, I forgot. Ben, yes, Ben. And they have one son. Joel spent his working life in the wholesale plumbing business. We'd like to do just really two things tonight. One is to have a few friends and family share about Joel's life. And the second thing is to have Joel himself share about his life and his faith through his music, which several people will perform. To start things off, Myra has a word of greeting.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. And what your friendships meant to him. He truly loved the people he sold to, the people he worked with. All the regular guys, just like he was. And I really hope that you'll enjoy this, because I think it tells you who he is. I want to give a special thanks to Jeff for doing the message, Gretchen and Mark, who always have been and are my faithful friends, more now than ever, and Shelley and Gary, who know me like a book. I just thank you for the support that you have given me the last few weeks. Anyway, I'm glad you're all here.
Thanks, Myra. Thank you very much. Well, I think it's important to start off tonight by, first of all, honoring Joel in his death. No one act committed by a single person at a certain point in time, and place, and day defines that person. And that's certainly true of Joel. At the same time, it seems that acknowledging and learning from his death has the potential and possibility that all of us might, in some way, make a difference in the worlds in which we live. Joel died on June 17th. On that day, 125 other Americans took their own lives. Since that time, 5,500 others have done the same. Last year, there were 45,000 suicides in the U.S., which is a 25% increase over the last 15 years. Calls to suicide hotlines have risen from 1 million to 2 million in the last 2 years. Over 9 million Americans last year admitted to having suicidal thoughts. Suicide is now the 10th leading cause of death in our country. It's no longer just a mental health issue, it's a public health issue. It's a serious problem. We're not talking here about some sort of rinky-dink speck on the eyelash of a dust mite. We're talking about something that affects millions and millions of people. And what makes it so unfortunate is that it's one of the few things that in almost every situation is preventable and treatable. So in respect and memory of Joel, I would like to propose two things for all of us to do. First off, learn just a little bit. Sometime in the next week, take 10 minutes, maybe 15, but you don't have to take any longer than that, and Google suicide behavior. You'll find a whole list of sites that provide some basic, accurate, really helpful information. They're not difficult to read or understand, and they're not long. And you'd be surprised what you can pick up in about 10 or 15 minutes. But to do that, just to help each of us understand what it is that we're talking about when we talk about this whole issue of suicide, and to understand what sort of behavior accompanies people who maybe are suicidal. Or, let's be quite honest, well, I'll be honest with myself, or behavior that accompanies us, if or when we feel that way. So, just take a little brief time, Google it, and just learn something. Secondly, make a commitment to yourself that out of respect for human life, that you'll apply some personal courage and reach out to anyone who happens to be in your relational lattice that may seem to exhibit this kind of behavior. Most of what any of us can do is to listen, to offer some time and an ear, to hear about pain and problems and maybe point someone in the right direction. So, for what it's worth, that's my proposal and request. Okay, let me say a short prayer, and then we'll jump into some other things. Well, Lord, here we are together around a great guy, Brother Joel, in a tragic situation. Pray that over these next minutes, that you would take the components of this little service and use them to honor Joel, to honor his memory, his accomplishments, and, Lord, to bring honor to yourself and to your kingdom. Amen. Now, one of the things that many people, maybe many of you here, don't know, is that Joel was a very creative and accomplished musician. So tonight, we've included several of his songs. As I said before, so he can share with us some of his thoughts and beliefs. The first one is going to be performed by Barbie and John Birdsell. And it's actually a Christmas song. So, Barbie and John.
John and I have known Joel for a long time. I think I knew him when I was about 13. I'm almost 58, so it's been a while.